Good evening, everybody. Dr. Glow here with Black Girl Everything. I am excited to be here on a lovely Tuesday evening with the most beautiful Lena. Hello, Lena. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I am well, Dr. Glow. How are you this evening?
I'm saying, I've told you, I've been like really happy for today. I had a great day. A lot of positive things have happened for me. I've been manifesting greatness lately.
That is
So it's
good.
been really, really dope as watching things roll out that I've manifested. So it's been real, real cool. So Lena, I've known for also long, a couple of months. I met her in Houston at an event, and she was phenomenal in all of her blue, as she has a blue again. I think blue is
Absolutely.
definitely her thing. That's her color. And so tell everybody a little bit about your organization and what you do and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So again, my name is Lena Payton Webb. I'm the owner of Blu Impressions Designs and Publishing LLC. We're based out of Mobile, Alabama area, and we help authors, coaches, and consultants, right, create additional streams of income using custom coloring books, workbooks, self-help books. And then we don't just leave you with that, right? So we have a nonprofit called LitCon. So what we do is once we get you published, we help you leverage your book, educate you, and get you a great marketing strategy for that book because we want to make sure you're successful.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. That's always dope. So what made you want to start this publishing company?
So I'm a graphic designer by trade of over 30 years. And I am a digital artist as well. So I went through a challenging health experience with my eyes where God took my eyesight. So
Oh,
he took
wow.
the thing that I loved most, right, that I needed to me most. He did that so that I would learn to value my gifts. So once I recovered and I got my eyesight back, I would then transition to make things that looked like me, that represented me, that exuded positively, that made impact. Yeah. So I used coloring books at the time
Okay.
to help with my eyesight. And the coloring books I was using had Barney and Big Bird and 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. It was nothing like what we making up in here, right? So once I got better, and then I would use journaling to help me recover mentally because I had a lot of mental trauma from that whole experience or ordeal. So then I would use journaling to help kind of recover from that. And so once I got better, some years later, I was like, you know what? If I had an issue finding things that resonated with me, that looked like me and represented me and all the things I love and the people I love, other people have that challenge as well. So we found that most business owners have a problem with tapping into creativity, right? So, and then when they don't tap into creativity, they leave money on the table. And so that's where we come in. We help you bring some creativity into your business or into your life, or maybe you just have a dynamic story, as we've all had some kind of something we've learned from or experienced or something that we're an expert at. And so we try and help you get that into a form of words or, some kind of book, whatever that resonates with you. So you can use that as a tool in your life to help other people.
Yeah, no, I can definitely dig it. I can definitely dig it. So I find that, creativity brings life. So I think being creative is definitely a clear space where you can heal from anything, right? It brings healing through, like I love to color, I love to draw. I love to paint. I'm an early childhood educator during the day. So I spend a lot of time in the classroom playing with the kids because they are so much fun. And all they want to do is create, want to cut things out, glue it together, paint it all, right? And just really just express themselves. And it's so important that level of expression. So I'm constantly creating on a consistent basis. It's like really, really dope. So talk to me a little bit. So how long have you had this publishing company? How long has it been active?
So for years I did just like graphics. So I would do the graphics and things for other people's books, and then we would do ghost publishing. So for the last 3 years, we've come from behind the scene and we put Blu Impressions in front, right? So we stopped all the a la carte, let me just get you to do the cover, or let me get you to do this. So we're full service, even from concept to creation. So maybe you don't have an idea of what you want to create. So we have like a little therapy session to help you get through that and figure out what's the best thing that will resonate with you, that will be successful for you to move forward with in form of a book. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's dope. I think that's definitely dope. So now, as you got people who are published, about how many authors have you gotten published in the last 3 years?
Oh my gosh. Probably close.
Give me an estimate.
I want to say over 100 for sure.
Okay.
Over 100 for sure.
That's
I
impact.
mean, that's from concept to creation, not just me doing your cover. I'm talking about actually doing the editing on the words and formatting and stuff like that. So yes.
Yeah, that's dope. Because as you know, I'm a published author because of course I met you
Yes,
at a book
that's how
event.
we met. That's how we met.
Yeah, so it's like for me, it's like even right now I'm working on a new book, right? Really just along with my framework called Brand, and it's just like the whole thing is in my head, right? It's in my head, but getting it out has been like,
Yes. And I think for authors, sometimes we have the book, right? But we don't know how to leverage it. We don't know what to do with it other
yeah,
than to ask our neighbors to buy it, our church members or the homegirl or stuff like that. So there's different ways to tap into that. And that's what we kind of pride ourselves on, to make sure you're successful. Most authors only sell 250 copies of their books in a lifetime. So we want to make sure that you do more than that in a month, if possible, right? So we just
yeah.
had a client, he did a devotional for his son, and it's called Prayers for My Son. And he sold $1,000 worth of $1,000 in books in less than 30 days.
Yeah.
And that's why his book is in production.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely can be done, given the right book and the right tools.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely. So as a coach, right? So people can come in and actually just get into your service just as a coach. You can coach them through the process of
Yes.
publishing their book.
Yes. Yeah. So we have like strategies,
Yeah.
opportunities, and things like that where we could coach you through wherever you're at. Maybe you just published something, so you're not looking to publish anything right now, but we could definitely have a conversation on where you're at with it, what you can do to leverage it, what you can do to, increase the sales, and what you can do to get it in front of the right audience. That's the whole purpose of you writing a book, right? Is to get it to
Yeah.
the people that it needs to serve. So we definitely can have that conversation.
Yeah. Now looking at your content, because I'm always studying people's content. So because you're also a VIP collective member, one of the things I do is audit people's pages all the time. They don't know I do that. I always audit pages. And it makes so much more sense now when you sit there and say that you're also a graphic designer, because your graphics are phenomenal. Even a lot of your videos you do great video work as well.
Yeah.
So as you're leading this publishing company, do you still lean into your graphic work as well?
Just for my authors. Just for the authors. Now we did a virtual LitCon less than a month ago.
Yeah.
Now we do something like that, and other authors come and they need something like a video or something like that I can assist them with. I would definitely do that. But outside of that, I dedicate my time and my space to the authors that have tapped into it to us, or either our services. So yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. That makes sense. So people who are already part of your team.
Yes.
They're a member of your club.
Yeah, or they need assistance, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. So LitCon. So what's made you start LitCon, the nonprofit?
Oh my goodness. So LitCon was started because I know the challenges that authors face, right? They make the book and then they sit in the chair and be like, I'm about to get rich. I done published this book on Amazon. Right? That's what they think. I wrote a book, it's on Amazon. I'm about to get paid and quit my job and that is
and just write.
Right. And that's not realistic, right? So we wanted to make sure that our clients were successful, that they were able to get their words and their books in front of new audiences. So it's not LitCon is in various locations. We've been in Florida AMU in October. We were in Bishop State College in December, and then we did the virtual one just a couple of weeks ago. Then we'll be at where we at? Georgia Tech in Atlanta in 2 weeks. So it moves around. So that gives you another audience. Every time we go somewhere, and then if you're a Blu Impressions client, you just pull up with no additional investment. You just pull up, and bring your books along, and the stage is set. And then they get to speak. So it's not just the book. You get to speak about the book, why you wrote the book. People get to ask you questions. Well, why you write that like that? I would have gave him a different ending. I mean, they really be coming for you because they want to know, right? So it's a way for people to engage with their audiences and create and grow their audience as well. So we know that that's important. We know as an author, we have more words in us. That first book is just the beginning. After you birth the first one, you're ready for the next one, right? So it allows that opportunity for you to network as well with other authors too. So
Yeah, I think that's dope. I think it's finding opportunities so we can have that open forum of space for to engage an audience. That's
Hmm.
one of the things I know as even as a published author, I struggled with, right? I got to support with editing and get my book published. All that stuff was great. My design, my cover was created by my cousin who hand drew it. So she found my vision. All that stuff was perfect. And
Hmm.
then it was like, now what do I do?
But yeah, what do I do? Yeah. And that's where a lot of authors get stuck at. They get
Yeah.
stuck at. So we find if we can figure that, get that missing piece out of the way, you'll be more successful. And then the other thing LitCon does is it's a community event. So we have people coming to learn about writing, and they get to sit in the like a symposium type atmosphere, and they get to ask questions, and they get to ask authors about their journeys. And what I always tell people, ask an author about their book or ask them about their journey. They light up like a Christmas tree. Well, let me tell you. So, and people get to learn from that. So it's a good way to share with the community. It's a good way to share with other aspiring writers or authors on what to expect.
No, I think that's dope. I think that's dope. So, let's kind of dial back where you talked
Mhm.
about for different businesses and entrepreneurs and organizations when they're looking for additional streams of revenue. What are some of the examples of ways that people can create additional revenue for their business by producing print work?
So, okay, so that's an excellent question. So if regardless of what type of business you're in, right? A book gives you um a lot of different opportunities. So one, it
Mhm.
makes you the subject matter expert in the thing that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Automatically, oh, you got a book, you must know what you're talking about.
word.
Right. Oh, you got a book. And it could be a journal, it could be a prompted journal, it could be affirmations. Oh, you got a book. Oh, yeah, she must know what she's talking about. Let me get her to come to my Women's Day thing. Let me get her to come to this. And so it's so many different ways. It does not have to be a novel. It doesn't have to be your life story. Nobody know who we are anyway. So I may not want to read your life story, but it could
Yeah.
be something else just as impactful. It could be a coloring book with affirmations.
Hmm.
It could be anything. It could be a book about us, maybe a book of poetry, right? A lot of people like poetry because we like music, and that's poetry just to music, right? To a tune. It could be any of that, and you can use that book or your book with your words, and leverage it in different ways. So if
Yeah.
you're like a mental health professional, so we deal with a
Yeah.
lot of mental health professionals, and they have custom, their clients are unique to their services. So you may
Hmm.
not want a book that you can go and get from, I don't know, one of the bookstores. You may want a
Understood.
custom workbook that has different
Hmm.
pages in it that speaks specifically to your client. And we can create
Hmm.
that. We can make it look like you. We can make it look like them. We can turn them into coloring pages. We can turn you into coloring pages. And we've
Yeah.
done it for some of our clients. We had one client, she's a mental health specialist, and she's like, well, Lena, I'm having problems connected with a couple of my clients. And I'm like, well, what would it take? What do you think it would take? She said, well, I want to do some workshops. And I said, okay, well,
Hmm.
what would that look like for you? She said, well, I think I want to do workshops on it was one, okay. I want to do workshops on maybe what's it, digital detox. Like when she's encouraging some of her clients to
Hmm.
digital detox, they get off social media certain times a day. So we
Yeah.
did part of her workbook is about digital detox. And so she has a workshop every quarter on digital detox, or she uses part of her workbook every quarter on something else. So the way we
Exactly.
structure it is that she could use parts of it, or she could use the whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely dope. So yeah, so I just think it's really fun. I'm actually really happy that I met you, right?
I am
Because
too.
we were in that space, we had us.
Yeah,
Right?
we did. It was
We
us for
had
sure.
us. We had us there. But the way that you're working and the work that you're creating, I'm really excited about it, right? Which is why we're so excited that you're coming on as a guest speaker for our next
Yeah.
VIP collective meeting next week and really working through with our members on how to actually leverage some of this
Yeah.
stuff and get some actual work created through
Yeah.
your method and your methodology around this process, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a
Yeah.
process. Because you're sounding like the expert because I ain't got it. I don't know. I'm gonna be in that session like this. Wait, what?
Yes,
Is this
it's
what's
gonna
happening?
be enlightening. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interactive. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good time. So for those of you who are viewing this, those of you watching on YouTube or watching on Facebook, just please know to get access to this individualized, specialized private session, you must be a VIP collective member to get in the room, because we do these things on a monthly basis. We now have guest speakers coming in every single month to talk about different concepts. So this one, publishing the story, making that money, I'm really excited about it. And I'm bringing you on really just for myself, to be honest with you.
Listen, I ain't mad at you. I'm not
But I
mad.
know my people who are gonna join are also gonna be like, wow, this is dope. Because just also there's ways to increase your streams of revenue, because there's so many ways to make money out here. And we get so caught into, okay, I just have this, I just have that. Now you got to get money from different angles and different ways. So you can reach different audiences.
Right.
Because
And
everybody
we've spent a lot of money on these books and they're just sitting.
Word.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
We're going to talk about it. So me and you can I'm just really, really excited about it. So for people to get access to you, where can people find you at?
Yes, so go to yourartisticexpressions.com. So yourartisticexpressions.com, or Facebook, Instagram, all those social places, Blu Impressions Designs, and it's Blue without the E, no E. And then litcon.org for the nonprofit information. And then on Instagram, that's litcon_vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely dope. Definitely dope. So where are you going with this in the next couple of years? What are some of your things? What is this morning I did a live about dreaming big. What is your big dream?
My big dream is to have a writer's retreat on somebody's island, maybe Bali or something like that. And yeah, and I think we're gonna do that real soon.
Okay, so when am I getting? Oh, so you gotta let me know when it's gonna be real soon, so I can block out my calendar.
That's right. We will definitely get that together.
Yeah, let's get that. I think a writer's retreat on somebody's warm sand with like great drinks and creativity and vibes.
I think the creativity just gonna flow. It's just gonna come.
It's gonna be like, I'm probably gonna write 3 books over one day. I'll be out there.
That's right. That's right. You come back and then look at all those additional sources of income that just gonna come.
Yeah, I really, really like that idea. We got to manifest that. That's that bad one. Definitely.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah. So have you checked out Retreat 2024? You keep on asking for information about it.
I have. So I'm keeping the dates open on my calendar. I think we should be able to make it happen.
Yeah, Retreat 2024 is gonna be bigger than better. Well, you've never been, so it's gonna be be big for you. It's not gonna be better. It's gonna be big. For those of you, my folks who've come over the last 3 years, it's gonna be bigger and better. Yes. Highly excited. That's but Lena, I want to thank you so much for your time this evening. For those of you who are viewing, please follow her. She's doing great, amazing work. She's also an awesome graphic designer. Trust me when I say it. I look at content all day. She's an amazing graphic designer. So, and then like the work that they're creating is beautiful work, and it's it's for us by us, and it's really important that we support our Black women-owned businesses, especially this one, especially with Blue in there, because you don't know my wife's company is called Infinity Blue without the E as well.
Oh, really? Oh, see.
Yeah, my event management company. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Also my wife. Try to keep as much of our money in my household as possible.
Hey, that's the way it should be.
If I'm gonna pay somebody, I'm gonna pay people I'm related to who got smarts. So
right. At least it come back to you
all day long.
Come back to you. It'll come back to you.
Next vacation is on her. Once I write this check. Don't tell her I said that. She's gonna.
Oh, she's probably gonna watch it. She already know.
She's viewing it now. But Lena, no, it was dope time spending time with you. So,
thank you so much for having me.
Let people know how to find you again.
Yes, yourartisticexpressions.com. Again, that's yourartisticexpressions.com, or Blu Impressions Designs on Facebook, social media, any social media outlet. And then
Perfect. Great. So if you want more time with Lena, please make sure you're a VIP collective member. It's going to be dope. We also have our first in-person event coming up for April 25th, which is going to be at a Black-owned restaurant, where we're going to talk about opening a brick and mortar, because she has like 3 restaurants, and I'm really excited about that for VIP collective members. Those of you who are not present in Brooklyn, New York, the other country, we will also be recording. You also get access to her as well for some individual time to talk about opening up space. So I just want to thank you again for coming on today, and thank you everybody else who's tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube later on. Make sure you please subscribe, so you know when new videos like this come available. So again, everybody, thank you.